Let's take a look at another way to create a material. Again, I'm going to start with create. And I will again create a material. You do not need to upload information from your computer in order to add things to a Google material or assignment. The next thing that I'm going to do is share some rules and procedures with my students. So like before, I've typed a title and I'll add a description. I do not want to add something that's already in my Google Drive, put a link to something, add a file or a YouTube. I want to create something new. Google has the ability to add docs, which are like Word, slides, which are like PowerPoints, sheets, which are like Excel, drawings, and forms. It would make most sense to have my rules and procedures in a document. Google creates it in a way that it is shared with all of the people in my Google Classroom. What's unique about a Google document is everything's done online. You don't need to start Word or any other program. Also, you do not file save Google documents, sheets, PowerPoints, drawings, whatever. You must give it a name, though, in order to be able to find it later. The way that you name a file, up at the top of the screen it says Untitled Document. You click there and you give it a name. So I'm going to call this 2020 Rules and Procedures. Notice it's being saved in a folder called Mrs. Wood's third grade class. Google Docs is not as complete an editor as Word, but you can change fonts, you can add bullet lists, numbered lists, columns, tables, pretty much anything that you want to do. So I'm going to center Rules and Procedures, Mrs. Wood's class 2020-2021, and then I'm going to align left, rules, go down a little bit, procedures, go down a little bit. You notice that I started typing procedures. It made a guess at what I wanted to type. If it guesses correctly, I can press the tab key and it types it for me. Up at the top here, I can number my rules, 1, 2, 3, 4, and when I press return twice, it stops the numbering, just like Word. With procedures, I can use the bullet list and continue on. Finally, I can highlight words, and there is a drop-down list here that says normal text, so you can choose to have different heading sizes. If you don't like the way it's laid out, there is an undo, and you can just choose a font size. You can bold, and you can choose text colors. You could also highlight things. Additionally, if I wanted to, I can insert an image. I can either upload it from the computer, search the web, get something in my Google Drive, Google Photos, find it by a URL, or use my built-in webcam. I'm going to search the web, and I'm going to look for an image of a laptop computer, and I can just drag that on. I can click the X to close the search box, and I can center that picture, give it a title, and so on. Now, as I mentioned, you don't need to save. Google is going to be continually saving every few seconds. I can close this tab. You'll notice when I said I wanted to create something new, it opened a new tab at the top of the screen. I'm done working in this document, so I can close it. You'll see that it has this untitled Google document because it was something that I was working on. When I reload the page, it saved it as a draft. So I'm going to go there and open it up. And when I go back to edit the material, it knows that you finally named the document, and so it updates it to have the rules and procedures document title. Again, this is going to go to all students. Again, I'm going to use my classroom procedures folder. And this time, I'm going to show you how to schedule this. I do not want it to appear until today at 3:30 p.m. And then I can schedule that. When you look at classwork, we have our classroom procedures title, we have our syllabus, which was posted on August 4th, and we have our rules and procedures that is scheduled for 3:30 p.m. If I go over to the student account, Jacob's classwork is going to look different from my teacher account. He has no way of seeing that something's going to appear at 3:30 today. So time has passed. It's now 3:32. When Jacob goes to his classwork, he'll see that the rules and procedures was posted on August 10th, yesterday. I recorded this video in 2 parts and had to do some editing. So you'll notice that there's a little difference in the file name, but when I click on that, the document opens up. Jacob can see the rules and procedures for Mrs. Wood's classroom, and you'll notice that he has far fewer options for the rules and procedures. This file was just shared with him, so it means that he can only view it, not edit it.